Hey everyone, welcome back to another daily problem walkthrough. Today we are looking at Leetcode Explained, Jump Game 4, which is a really fun one. Before we dive in, as always, if you get confused at any point, just pause the video and drop a comment below and I will help clarify it for you. Here is the official problem page, but the text is a bit dense, so let's just break it down visually step by step. We are given a list of numbers, and our mission is to travel from the very first spot to the very last spot in the minimum number of steps. Like a normal board game, you can simply move one space to the left or one space to the right, as long as you don't fall off the edges. But here is the catch. If two spots share the exact same number, you can instantly teleport between them, counting as just one step. Let's look at the first example array, where we start our journey at the first element, which is the number 100. Since we see another 100 later in the list, we can take our first step by teleporting straight to it. Next, we take a standard step backward to the left, landing on the number 404. And since that 404 matches the number at the very end of our list, we take our third and final step by teleporting right to the finish line. Whenever a problem asks for the minimum steps or shortest path, your first instinct should be a breadth-first search, which explores all possible next moves layer by layer. Instead of scanning the whole list every time we want to teleport, we will first build a dictionary that maps each number to a list of all its locations. Just like exploring a maze, we have to remember the spots we have already visited so we don't accidentally walk in endless circles. There is a huge trap here though. If the list has thousands of the same number in a row, our program will waste way too much time checking those same teleports over and over. The genius trick to fix this is simple. The first time we use a number to teleport, we add all those spots to our queue, and then we completely empty that number's teleport list from our dictionary so we never check them again. As usual, we are going to walk through the logic using Python first, but I've got the full solutions for Java, C++, and JavaScript waiting for you at the end of the video. Here is the first half of our Python code, where we handle the easy base case and build up our map of teleport locations. And here is the actual search loop, where we look at our current choices, find the valid next spots, and crucially clear that teleport map. Let us break this down into smaller pieces, starting with an edge case. If the array only has one item, we do not need to move at all, so we return 0 steps. Next, we loop through the list from start to finish, recording every position for every number into our dictionary. Then we set up our starting state, a list holding just our start position, a set marking that we have been there, and our step counter starting at 0. Inside our main loop, we prepare a fresh list for the next layer of moves, and if the spot we are currently standing on is the last index, we found our answer. If it is not the end, we look up all possible teleports for our current number, add any unvisited spots to our next layer, and then completely wipe that list from the dictionary to save time later. Finally, we try walking one step left and one step right, adding those to the next layer if they are safe to visit. And then we increase our step count and move on. Okay, so what if we want to make this even faster? Sometimes in a search like this, the list of next possible moves gets massively bloated. To fix this, we can use a really cool trick called a bidirectional search, where we start exploring from the beginning, but we also simultaneously start exploring backward from the end. The real magic happens at every step. We compare the size of our front wave and our back wave, and we always choose to push forward whichever side has fewer options to check. Here is the setup for the second approach, which looks very similar, except now we have two sets representing our two expanding sides. And in the loop, we swap the sides if needed to keep things efficient, and if our current wave ever collides with a node from the other side's wave, we know we have found the shortest path. Because we are carefully tracking where we have been and clearing out redundant teleports, the time complexity is essentially order n, where n is the number of items in our list. And since we need to store the dictionary, our visited set, and the layers of our search, the space complexity is also order n. So the big lessons here are to use breadth-first search for shortest paths, always look for ways to clear out data you don't need anymore, and remember that searching from both ends can be a massive speed boost. If you want to grab any of this code so you can run it yourself, you can find it all written out nicely at leetcodeunlocked.com. The link is right below the video. As promised, here are the full solutions in other popular languages for you to look over. Here is the first approach written out in Java. Next up, here is the exact same logic written in C++. And finally, here is the solution using JavaScript. I want to quickly mention that you can probably tell this is narrated by AI. I actually built this system for myself to learn these problems faster, and I am experimenting with making these videos a bit punchier, so let me know what you think of the new format in the comments. Also, I have a channel called Leetcode Unlocked, where I am trying to eventually document a solution for literally every problem on the platform, so check that out if you want to study extra problems. If these zero-ad videos help you study, you can support the channel at buymeaboba.com. Please remember to subscribe, keep coding, and I'll catch you in the next one.